5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's game time. Con X5 here. Oh. Bam, watermark. Con X5 here. We're in the one-on-one Sateca, I believe is how we're going to pronounce that today. Dual tournament here. Trying out this new map. Another iteration of it at least. This is going to be Beta 7 that we're running on. And we got us a little tournament here. Sulaco and F51 right now playing. This is the second match we've seen. It's going to be best of 1 early on, then we're going to go to best of 3 later. See a little ninja grab by Sulaco. I'm going to go ahead and watch him. He's got 130 health and 100 armor. He's in good position now to convert some frags early on. And it'll be interesting to see how these guys play. We just saw Ayas and Sunraiser playing in the previous match. It'll be interesting to compare and contrast styles here. Because one thing that those the last two folks, Ayas and Sunraiser, we saw is they played a lot of the lower side of the map, if you will. They had a lot of dueling going on down there, a lot of sort of standoffs across that lower 100 armor trench. And it'll be interesting to see if these guys do the same thing, or if they tend to try to take the high ground, which is going to be your instinct as a one-on-one player. Ooh, you see Sulaco there actually hearing his opponent come through that teleporter, trying to predict him. He's able to get some damage in on him. His shield gun's going to be dead soon. If he can get another LG or a rocket, he might be able to take him out before he gets down there. Oh, he doesn't know the 100 armor is there. He turns around, gets a shield gun shot off, and still steals it. So F51 there was in a horrible situation. Somehow turned that around. Didn't think he knew the 100 armor was up. All of a sudden, he doubled back and grabbed it. Got a shield gun piston in for good measure. So he loses the, takes a frag there, but I think he's able to at least break even in that situation. I'd say that's definitely a win for him to send Sulaco back to basically base health and only lose 1 point out of that while also stealing the 100 armor. Oh, we see a nice patient headshot right there by Sulaco. You notice he didn't immediately try to twitch to him as soon as he saw him. He tracked him, he just took his time. And on a map like this where you can get a lot of prediction kills in, that's what you're going to see good players do. Oh, and a quick little spawn kill right here coming off. Well, if he can convert this. Kind of scary having people jumping at you with a shield gun in such close quarters. And there you go, Sulaco converting that spree on just kind of an unlucky spawn there by F51. And grabbing that 100 armor. So he's in clean control right now. You see him passing up those vials. He's saving those. Or maybe he's just going after the kill here. So, okay, again, you're seeing what we saw last game is players that are in control are going to need to be really aggressive and trying to convert as many frags out of it as they can. Since this is such a quick map to... Oh, wow. Mid-air flak coming in by Sulaco right there. Great prediction coming in. Once again, we've seen a lot of good flak primaries and flak balls on this map so far. The architecture doesn't lend itself too much to running around with lightning gun, and to some degree as much with shock as maybe some of your bigger maps like, say, Rankin. So I think anyone who can predict rockets, juggle some flak ball, flak primaries, things like that, are going to be able to put out a lot of damage on players. Combos, of course, always a good option. And F51 now going to take control of that 100 armor. That's his second one, but this is that first one that he took was just the steal where he ended up dying immediately. So he's finally got the armor advantage. He needs to pick up some health to really make use of it. But he's pursuing his opponent, waiting for those vials. I think those already got taken a little bit. And I think he's anticipating that rocket hallway. Nope. Not sure what he heard there, but he definitely thought that Sulaco was going to be jumping through that rocket hallway. Doesn't happen. You see 3 rockets coming in. Tons of damage into Sulaco's back. He's going to chase him down with the minigun. That's smart, good smart play right there. Knowing it's very hard to dodge splash damage on this map, so you just get some damage out there, then you switch to a finisher weapon. Good old classic deathmatch style. Now we're seeing another little jousting match over the 100 armor. F51 had the big health advantage there, but then he pulls out the rocket launcher, which was an interesting choice, maybe trying to bait Sulaco into jumping onto it. Instead, Sulaco stays back because he had that shock rifle. He had the tactical advantage with his weapon there. And that frag getting converted by... Oh, F51 spawns right behind him. But you're going to see there's a spawn basically right on the other side of that teleport. So anytime you kill someone near there, if you go through, you will often get maybe not a free kill, but certainly a free shot on someone, especially if you can pull out a flak primary. You can actually get really fast double kills right there. And so it's good awareness, good map knowledge there, knowing that anytime you kill someone near that shock, you need to pop right through that teleporter. F51 taking flak balls, still able to dodge around. His shield saved him there. Now he's able to put some distance back and use his own weaponry. Sulaco able to get away though. This 100 armor's up. Surprised we didn't see Sulaco drop down that sort of back entrance and try to steal it. I don't know if he realizes just how low in health F51 is. One good shot from the flak is going to take him out. His armor's not going to do all that much. Oh, and instead F51 just wins that duel. However, all the health packs are gone, so if Sulaco can catch up to him, he can take him back down again and perhaps extend this lead. But F51 doing a good job of being patient, waiting for this health to come back up, and trying to predict his opponent's movements to try to get some damage on him before he takes damage himself. See both opponents anticipating a fight over that 50 armor. You heard him come through the teleporter. Rockets come in that miss. He's trying to get up close and personal with that flak primary. Not a bad idea. Doesn't win that battle. 100 armor's not going to spawn for a few more seconds, so he's setting up for a fight there, but he may be better off. Oh no, he actually... Ooh, Sulaco jumping around the side there. Maybe he was trying to anticipate a flanking move by F51. Instead, he backs off of it. Maybe he didn't have the exact timing. F51 able to grab that 100 armor and win that fight. He's really low on health. He's got a minigun in his face. Not a lot of places to run right now, but he does have that health right around the corner if he can get there. He can't. So good heads up move by Sulaco, knowing that his opponent's pretty low on health and there wasn't a whole lot of room for him to run. He's going to track him down. F51 really needs a weapon more than anything right now. He's going to head to that link and flak room, which, as I said last match, is probably going to be a popular location, or a popular destination, I should say, for people who are trying to regather. Ooh, he takes combos as he goes right into that little alcove. Very predictable. But for players who are trying to sort of gather themselves, that Lincoln Flak room is a good haven because it has so many health vials and so many good weapons. But F51 right now is on the run. I'm going to actually switch over to Sulaco and watch him try to do some more of this damage as he tries to extend this lead. Minigun coming out. He's only got 50 armor. This is the key, I think, what Sulaco's doing and what we saw Sunraiser do last map. He's not waiting until he gets super stacked before going after his opponent. Anytime he gets any advantage, he's using that to immediately convert it into points. And that's what you have to do. Oh, he jumps over the 100 armor, so a mistake by Sulaco. F51's probably not going to do much with this. He doesn't have any weapons, it looks like. Oh, he actually kills him with the shield gun. Was that a... That may have been some mutually assured destruction there. Oh, no, he doesn't. F51 survives, so a big turnaround there. So we see Sulaco jumping right over that 100 armor and dying to his shield gun. So all of a sudden, F51 in control, and now we're gonna need to see him do what we saw Sulaco doing, which is running around. He actually has a bigger armor advantage than Sulaco did when he converted a few kills that last run. He needs to turn this into some points. You can't just be content running around and controlling everything, especially when you're down 6. You're going to see another 100 armor cycle coming up soon, and no kills in between them for F51, so that's going to be a win for Sulaco, able to avoid him the entire time in between these armors coming up. He's going to do a lot of damage with that flak primary. Good use of that. Trying to finish him off with the minigun. He's going to get to the 100 armor time. He does, but he's going to be really low on health. So F51 should be able to finish him off if he can get these last few pings in here. And there you go. It takes a ton of damage in the process, though. So F51 essentially converts one frag out of that 100 armor, whereas Sulaco, by being more aggressive, was able to convert 2 to 3 off of one of his previous one, that is. So I think that's going to be key anytime you're watching duels on this map, is who can convert any kind of advantage you can get into frags. And F51 now charging right at him, maybe trying for another desperation shield gun attempt there. He sees that rocket launcher pop. He knows his opponent's going to head towards it, so he's going to grab a shock rifle, try to see if he can get a combo, and it avoids those rockets. Has him in a bad position, but that's a tough combo to try to shoot in 2K4. So he just basically teabags him to death. Shooting shock balls to his face. However, once again, like we saw last match, when you're standing right there opposite that 100 armor and your opponent spawns, it's going to be very predictable. And I think we're going to see people do, as they get a little bit more used to this map, is flanking around. If the opponent doesn't know where you are, they can't predict where you're coming from. And so you might see people, if they have the right timing, go around the other side and attack it from the side. Maybe you can get a free kill on their opponent from behind. Let's watch Sulaco now. He's got 100 armor, 140 health. Looking pretty good. Takes a bunch of damage, though. Shots coming in. He's going to do some damage of his own, however. And that flat primary, that'll be a quick ender on this map. We're seeing fighting over the 50 shield. F51 falls down, but he pistons back up, goes back down, just trying to be unpredictable, trying to get away and gather his thoughts, maybe grab a weapon, do a little bit of damage. But Sulaco, you see, chasing after him, trying to make the most, like we said, of these opportunities, keep these points flowing. More flak primary coming in. 100 armor was up. F51 didn't see it, so he's going to spawn on it and get some damage in. Sulaco's going to pay for this 100 armor, but he's going to end up getting 2 frags in the process, and he's already back to 100 health. So not a terrible trade-off for F51 after that spawn, able to essentially negate that 100 armor, giving up 1 frag in the process. But he needs to convert this one here. He's got the minigun on him. Ooh, just about a couple more bullets, and you see good map knowledge here by Sulaco jumping, knowing that that middle health pack is usually up in the middle. And he's grabbing that other one around the side, so he's already back to 100 health. Good job by Sulaco of running. And you're seeing F51 now having to be a little bit more aggressive. And the problem with trying to be aggressive is whenever you're trying to dive at the opponent and they know you're coming, anytime you're predictable, you're going to have a bunch of combos and rockets and flak just greeting you every corner you turn. And Sulaco once again keeping his opponent off of that 100 armor. That's his 6th one. I mean, we've seen 4 coming in for F51, but I think a lot of those haven't really turned into much. And so he's done a good job of helping to try to negate when Sulaco's gotten them, but I think Sulaco here is going to take this one all the way through the end whistle, so to speak. So you've got 3 minutes left, and he's up by 11. For real tough to come back from that, even on a smaller map like this. And not so much because of the layout, but I think because there's so many health vials. When you spawn on this map, unless you get a bad spawn and you're right in front of your opponent, you're not at a huge disadvantage. You can typically find a weapon or 2 and a couple vials relatively quickly on this map, as opposed to some other maps where you may kind of feel like you're in the middle of a desert for a while. And again, good patient move by Sulaco, waiting for his opponent to run into him. Oh, and turns the corner. That's just a brutal flak primary right there. 3 or 4 mini bullets would have killed him, but he timed that perfectly, jumped around, threw some flak out, got that kill. Flak ball to the back there, so a nice shot coming out by F51, able to steal that 50 away. Anything else that touches him, there you go. Sulaco goes down. You see him spawn at that shock. Like we say, anytime you kill someone on one side of that teleport, if you jump around the other side, you may very well get a spawn kill out of it. And that's that spawn we saw in play right there. So you see a mini and link battle lasting entirely too long here, as these guys are kind of just jumping around at this point. I don't believe this is a single elimination tournament, so certainly you don't want to get too goofy here. You want to try to use these early matches at the very least as a warm-up mode, so that you can be ready to go for your next match. Oh, some nice prediction rockets coming in there, knowing exactly where his opponent was heading. So good use of audio by Sulaco, and of course map knowledge. We're going to see rockets coming in, waiting for him to come out. See a nice little twitch rocket up on the backside of that lift. Perhaps trying to send that lift back down. I'm not sure if this lift works exactly like that, but probably just an instinctive move right there. So you see the anticipation here, trying to tell where his opponent's going to be, 5-10 seconds in advance and line up a shot. And this seems to be the favored spot by whatever player is in control. You got that minigun right there, you got the 50 armor, and then you can attack the 100 armor from there. And judging by say your refineries, your other one-on-one maps, instinctively you're going to want to hold the higher ground. You're going to want to stay along that sort of shock LG 50, corridor you might call it, catwalks, shoot down on your opponent, rain down rockets and flak, and kind of use the platforms as cover. However, this map doesn't have much health up high. You pretty much have to go down for health, not unlike, say, a refinery. So that aspect of it is going to be similar. You're going to see a lot of players who want to control from up top and have to jump down for health. And I think that's when you're going to see players predict a lot, is doing damage to an opponent, seeing them jumping towards health packs, and then getting some prediction combos or flat balls in there. But that'll do it for this map. Sulaco taking this one pretty much consistently from the very beginning. F51 able to make a couple nice moves at stealing away 100 armors and trying to come back, but just wasn't able to convert his 100 armor grabs into kills. I think that's going to be the biggest key to this tournament as we see players running around on this map. Sulaco able to do that very effectively.